Hey, what's going on, everyone? If you're new to Intuitive Perceptions, hello, welcome. If you're returning, thank you for rocking with me. All right, guys, so I just want to make a couple announcements before we kind of just get started and get into the gist of your guys' meal, just to kind of let you guys know what's going on. So planetary-wise, this month, Jupiter is in Scorpio and it's retrograde, right? So that's until July 10th. And we also have Saturn and Pluto are both retrograde in Capricorn. Saturn until September 6th, and Pluto is going to be until September 30th. Also, Uranus is going to be, or going to go, retrograde August 7th, and that's going to be in Taurus, but it'll retrograde back into Aries until January 6th, 2019. Also, Neptune will also be going retrograde this month from in Pisces from June 18th until November 24th. Also, guys, regarding the Lovegistics little special I was doing for you guys, I was going to record new love readings for you guys, but Spirit and my guides told me that those readings that are up there are good for May and June. So go ahead and check those out. There's a link in the description box. Also, guys, I kind of added a little thing here. If you check the description box, you guys can find the link to my Amazon wish list. Now, kind of thought this was kind of a good idea. Anyway, the link is there for you guys. If you guys would like to participate and maybe buy a deck that I'm interested in, I'll give you guys a reading, that comes with that purchase. So just go ahead and check the description box. There'll be a link there for the Amazon wish list. It's kind of a way to get a reading for a pretty good price. So check that out, guys, okay? Also, I added a new service to the website. It's called Career Crux. It's a career reading. So there's a link there in the description box as well to there. And also, guys, a donation link can also be found within the description box as well. So yeah, I think that's all that I have for you guys. Oh yeah, this month we're also using the Postcards from Spirit, once again, by Colette Baron-Reid. And we're also using as well the Fountain Tarot for you guys' spreads this month. All right, let's go ahead and bless the decks and see what June has in store for you guys, all right? Father God, I open all channels of light, north, south, east, and west, guardian angels of the four directions, high councils who serve the law of one. Holy pure ones, please anchor this space now in your divine consecration to provide every single zodiac sign with the clarity and direction as to which he or she seeks today. And please grant me, the reader, the objectivity to read the cards and relay every single message as they're meant and are intended to be. Sagittarius, my archer. Alrighty, so in terms of traditional tarot, we have the Page of Swords reversed, Seven of Cups reversed, Ten of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, the Devil reversed, and the Five of Cups reversed. Here's your postcard message from Spirit. I haven't seen the card yet, so we'll go ahead and flip it over at the end and see what the message is. Maybe it could be dealing with Capricorn, maybe with an Earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. So I'm really seeing Sun, Moon, or Rising for all those signs, or that those signs can be in your chart specifically. All right, Sag. There's a situation here that has transpired, and this situation had it's like multi-layered, I want to say. Now, what I'm getting here is that either two things maybe could have happened, or at least what I'm feeling. One is some bit of information has come in, and this information that has come in kind of has left you unsettled about a person, place, or thing. Or the other scenario that I'm kind of seeing here is that maybe you were around a group of people and you said something, about a person, place, or thing, and that group confirmed it. Something to that effect. This spread has a lot to do with information coming in and it being processed by you or from you. But definitely it wasn't, regardless of the scenarios, it wasn't the most comforting type of information that has come in for you. There's an aspect here of like an eye opener, Sagittarius. It was one of those moments of like, whoa, did that just happen? Or whoa, did I just hear that? You were you were a little shocked by it, but at the same time, it was more like confirmation, Sag, you know, and I'm seeing a little bit here of, I'm just going to say a little bit of denial here. That's kind of what I'm feeling, but I don't feel as though that it was extreme denial. It was more of like, this person, place, or thing that you're dealing with, in which that information was pertaining to, you know, that came in was pertaining to that person, place, or thing. So that bit of information was kind of, you knew this all along, whether you were trying to see the best in this person, place, or thing, or you wanted to ignore it, you wanted to not come to terms with it, or also maybe possibly you maybe have thought that you were maybe going crazy or making things up about this person, place, or thing, and it kind of shocked you, you know. But you knew this all along, and I want to say that I'm going with, you just kind of wanted to see the best in this person, place, or thing, and it was one of those situations where, you know, where it was just right time, you know, like the right place at the right time. That's what the situation kind of was. And it really, see, I want to say that this information that came through, it really just shocked you in terms of like, you didn't see it coming. You didn't see it happening the way that it did. You didn't see it play out. Or you didn't see the method as to which like it played out. You didn't see that that was like it. It really, the information didn't shock you, but it was the source of the information, or the people that it came from, or the situation it came from. I'm picking up that the situation that you were in when you heard this information, or came to the conclusion of this information, it almost like had nothing to do with this person, place, or thing. I'm picking up here like divinely guided. Now, you know, we all have a bunch of different types of situations going on, you know, but it really was. It was one of those things just where it was like, damn, it was like one of those moments where it's like, damn, that's real. Some real shit like that. Like, you know, you had that moment. And the reason, I mean, I don't want to, me chuckling, I don't want you to think that, I'm laughing about the situation. It's just, it was just one of those moments, because I know I've been in those situations plenty of times. And, you know, Sagittarius, especially when those types of situations come up, or they're being presented to us, or, you know, we just, right place, right time type of thing, we must look at that. And we must say, you know, why did I choose to look past it? Whatever the situation may be for you. We have to ask ourselves, why did I choose to ignore that? Why, if the information or the fact here was so pressing, you know, why did I choose to pretend, you know, as if it wasn't? Because it's almost as if now that this information is here, you're unsure as to how you want to approach this person, place, or thing now that this information is kind of like confirmation. And now it's sort of, you're stuck between a rock and a hard place now, in a sense of kind of saying, okay, well, how do I tell this person, place, or thing, what's my next move? Because I feel as though that's why the Knight of Coins is here, or the Knight of Pentacles is here, because it's you're approaching this in a very slow manner. And there's an aspect here where it's like, you know that when you nip this in the butt, that you're no longer going to feel disappointed. You're no longer going to, you're going to free yourself from that aspect kind of ruminating in your mind. And you're also going to free yourself from future disappointment. But then there's another aspect here where it's like, you knew this all along. So it was just a matter of time before it will be revealed, or it would get revealed. And I'm really getting here that you just didn't think it would happen so quick. It was like kind of like holding on to the remnants of a relationship, or holding on to the remnants of what could have been. And there was almost something here too where it's like, you didn't want to find out. You wanted to just convince yourself that it was just you. You wanted to tell yourself, you know what, like, no, I'm tripping. No, that's not me. No. Like, no, I'm looking too much into it. Kind of, you know, telling yourself that, or those types of, the type of background chatter inside of your brain, you know, going on in the background. And I want to say, what I'm also getting here is that this has maybe happened before, either with the same person, place, or thing, or with a different person, place, or thing. And there's a similarity here in terms of how we approach situations, what we look for regarding those types of situations, and why we keep finding ourselves within those types of situations with certain people, places, or things. You know, there is a pattern going on here, and I'm feeling as though that now you are coming to the point where you're realizing this, and it's like bittersweet, because you know that finding this out was good for your soul, but at the same time, it's very disconcerting to, it's like a double meaning. Like, it's disconcerting to understand that now this person, place, or thing must completely vanish. And also knowing that you must now free yourself from it. Like, one second, Sag. Yeah, it's like bittersweet, because you know what, this is what's best for you, but at the same time, it's like a struggle between your needs and your desires. And you just didn't really want to, you know, come to this point. And it's become a burden now. I want to say it was a burden before, but you may have been confused, you know, before, trying to not think too much into it. But at the same time, Sag, if it was a burden, if it wasn't, okay, let me see, how can I say this? If you are under the impression, you know, that it wasn't a burden before you found this information out, it actually kind of was already becoming a burden, or it really was a burden, because you were confused about this, regardless if, you know, you admit it to yourself or not. But that aspect of thinking about it and it ruminating in your mind, and it being at the fore of your thoughts, and you kind of feeling like you had to support it that much more, in terms of applying more effort towards the succession of it, if that makes sense. You know, like the more work you have to put into sustaining it. Those two aspects were already burdensome. This started to become something that wasn't like natural. It wasn't something that just happened. It was forced love. It was forced coming from your end. So that was already becoming a burden set. So when we look at the situation in terms of like the confirmation of the information or the confirmation of your notion, we don't look at it now as like a burden, but I can understand how it would feel now that you have to approach this and confront this, you know, issue now. Because now it's not only about the person, place, or thing for you. Now it's turning into a personal thing for yourself, where you're saying like, damn, am I really in that denial phase? Like, you know, having to kind of come to that conclusion and realize that. Because you're now no longer confused about things. You may be confused a little bit in terms of how you're going to approach it, but you're no longer confused about what is factual and what is fantasy, you know? But this information, like I said, this information that came in was it was like, whoa, shit. I didn't think it was gonna come from that source. It was like I can kind of see you being like with like friends or something, or like maybe like around like maybe at a restaurant at a table and or something, and just the conversation was just going, and you know, you're having a good time, and you know, everything was okay, and then all of a sudden either someone asked you about this person, place, or thing, or you started to speak about this person, place, or thing, and then someone was like said blah 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 blah, whatever it was, and you were like, oh damn, it was like need a moment, you know, like one of those things. That's what I'm really feeling here. But we must always trust our intuition and our instincts, Sag, because that's our intuition is just what you just must always trust it, you know. But I can see that at least you attempted to see the good regarding this person, place, or thing within the situation. So at least you can give yourself that, Sag, you know, like, and I'm not saying that's the only thing you can give yourself, but at least you know that your intention was good, your approach came from a good place. And don't beat yourself up about this in terms of beating yourself, in terms of like calling yourself dumb, or let's not, when you approach this issue, Sag, with this person, place, or thing, to break off from it and to cut that cord of connection. Let's just remember not to displace any of the personal kind of anger that we hold for ourselves onto the person, place, or situation, because it was meant to happen, but it happening the way that it did, and then you kind of choosing to not pay attention to whatever the aspect is here that got found out, those two things don't make it right for, you know, for you to displace on another person, place, or thing. It was a trigger that came up, but it was divinely guided. It needed to happen. All right, Sag, let's go ahead and turn the postcard from Spirit over and let's see what it says. You can't see it, don't worry about it. Or can't read it, don't worry about it. I'm gonna go ahead and read it for you. Right, Sag? So, it says, dearest you, selfless giving is an elixir so sweet and life-giving and amazing that it should be customary for everyday living. Right now, generosity is being asked of you. Let go of a debt, release an obligation, or do a solid kindness to someone for no other reason than as an exercise of the heart. You'll be surprised how quickly a generous heart is repaid. We know it often doesn't happen in the immediate exchange, so temper your expectations. Know that life has an uncanny way of sending miracles, seemingly unrelated to your kindness, yet interconnected in magical ways. The more you act from generosity, the bigger your heart grows, and the more love and abundance you will experience. We also know that someone could be entering your life with a generous offer for you. Take it and trust you are worthy and deserving of it. You have to receive, not just give. We love you so much over here. Interesting, Sag. Yeah. I just got here too. I just picked up that because you saw the good in this situation, Sag, like it's being repaid back to you. Like it says, in an uncanny way. What is being repaid back to you is the truth and your truth, and now you walking away from the situation knowing that you gave it all that you could. So what you're gaining from it is understanding, and you're also gaining self-growth from it because you are now examining where it went wrong, you know, not what happened. And this transpired in a very strange way, don't get me wrong, but good is coming out of it. And don't worry about how what the future holds, in a sense, because you don't really know. There's no chance unless you take one, in terms of having to either walk away from it or having to re-examine it, whatever the case may be, or whatever you choose. Just know that in the end you didn't lose, because we don't lose, we either win or we learn. And maybe this was a very strange way that God and Spirit had to show you why we need to be up for receiving. Sometimes, you know, things have to happen in terms of things that have to happen in a very unforeseen and surprised manner, so that then the blessing from it that we receive is it's that much more recognized, and it's that much more prevalent, and the message is that much more prevalent and more understood and remembered regarding, you know, soulful growth, and also regarding future relationships or future situations that may have a similar situation to it. So yes, it's all about perception and perspective this month for you regarding what has happened and transpired. But you're gonna approach it. You're just gonna have to do it in a you need some time to think about how you're gonna do this, you know. But good's gonna come out of it. We just have to just keep an open mind, and we have to know that we never lose, we either win or we learn, you know. Alrighty, Sag, you got this. Remember, this was a gift. It really was. It was a blessing in disguise. Alright, Sag, we'll see you next month.